These ADGs all have an excellent build, and that's the one thing why the original was so damn popular, is because of the build of it. For Armani, you got to give them credit with the EDG DNA and their flankers. The build is there, ultra versatile. This guy right here, which I'm going to put my nose on today, is hyped to the max, and I mean to the max in our YouTube fragrance community. If you didn't know any better, you'd be blind buying this. This would be your first bottle that you'd be putting in your collection, and really pretty good fragrance to start your collection with, quite honestly. But is it just EDG with a twist of a modern take? That's where I get into it. First impression coming up next. What's going on, YouTube fragrance family? Welcome to my first impression on a Armani fragrance. This is from my June haul. I have 9 designer fragrances. One's in the bank now. I finally got a first impression out on Fig by Money Nautical. Check that out. But second in line, you guys did your subscriber's choice. You chose Fig as your number 1. A lot of people, I was surprised because I thought this was going to be number 1. This is number 2. So this is hyped to the max in our community. Might as well introduce it. Doesn't need an introduction, but this is Acqua Di Gio Profumo 2015 release. Flanker 2, the bestseller in the 90s, the best-selling fragrance in the men's game, Acqua Di Gio. And this thing, give it credit, man. In the 90s, this thing was top seller, of course, a great fragrance for Armani. Pretty much put their name on the map in the men's fragrance game. So they've released, Armani's been busy. They've been releasing flankers to their top sellers. Code in this one is kind of like going back to back with flankers. This one, very solid, in my personal opinion. Essenza, get your mitts on it. I hear discontinuation. That's not one that you should be discontinuing, but let's get my nose on this one. What you're here for is my first impression on this tiny little bottle here and the juice inside. So before I get into that, I want to thank my partner, FragranceX.com, for this scent. You can purchase Profumo and all of its buddies in the Acqua Di Gio lineup, and you can utilize my code ROBES08 and get 15% off. So thank you to FragranceX.com. So let's delve into this. Let me tell you, I'm wearing this fragrance this morning, so I'm living with it. Right now, there's that dry down, and here's that introduction. I'm going to spray my hand twice, and this is going to be just enough juice for a review coming up on my channel. So, the opening of Profumo. What comes to mind? Versatile, easy to wear, uplifting, but it has a little bit of edge to the fragrance. It has that familiar DNA. These are all built the same way. They're built the same way. It's very uncanny. It brings me to a familiar place here, this introduction. It gives me that familiar aquatic tinge that I'd got from the original EDG, and it has that central theme going with the original. It doesn't pull too much away from the original, but it's different enough from the original. Kind of like what they did with Essenza here. I really, really like this one. I can't wait to actually review this one. This one also has that herbal kick that you'd get from the original. It's got a little bit of spice to it too. Very, how can I say, very pleasant. It's like an office wear scent. That's all I'm thinking with the EDGs is daily wear, easy to throw on. And you need one of those. You need a Swiss Army knife of a fragrance. You need one, at least one. You don't want to build your whole collection upon these, but if you did, I wouldn't, you don't want to waste your money. You want to wear something all the time, easy to wear, not to think about it. EDG is the way to go with that kind of thing if you like that kind of scent. So that opening, familiar, it's good. Now let's get into the dry down. And the one thing that reviewers, I didn't watch too many reviews on this, but the one thing that a lot of people were pinpointing is that heavy incense, that heavy patchouli in the dry down. And I was, I'm trying to wear this thing, and I'm trying, and it's got a cold wafting incense in this fragrance. It still has that central aquatic herbal green theme. Some of the green does come from the patchouli. I'm going to give you guys that, but other than that, not very dark. It has some oomph to it, so like not wearing this during a summer day, you'd wear this during a summer day. Summer night though, summer night. So that's where I'm getting with this. It's a very thin layer of incense, if I gotta say that. It's not anything thick, nothing crazy. but really it doesn't move much, and ADG doesn't move much either. So, okay, overall, overall, because this is hyped to the max, am I on the hype bandwagon? Is this a 10 out of 10 for me? No. Oh no. This overall, Profumo is the second coming of ADG. You know, this thing was popular, this thing is popular now. It's like the new generation just picked this, where this kind of fell off a little bit, this is picking up the steam of this one. That's pretty much it. Built the same way, using the same DNA, giving a top seller a second breath with its flanker. To me, this smells very 90-ish. It doesn't seem very different. It really feels like a 90s aquatic release. Kind of going in the same vein as the original. It's a solid designer fragrance, I'm gonna give it that. And it will get a good score from me when I review it, but it's not gonna get a great score. It's not gonna get a 10. It's one of those safe daily wear scents that you could wear it at night. Of course, it has a little edge to it. It's built for office use, school use. It's kind of in the same vein, not scent-wise. I would wear this just like I would wear Sauvage by Christian Dior or Bleu de Chanel. And, you know, if you're kind of new to the fragrance game, those three bottles would be side by side in your collection. And those would be like your top fragrances. They're built the same way. Don't have to think about it. You wear it all the time. That's what it is. They're made from fragrance houses that they have a solid build. Like Bleu de Chanel has a solid build. Sauvage, kind of. But this one has a solid build too. Is it more refined or more mysterious or more interesting than the original? A little bit, not that much though. To me personally, you need one of these in your collection. You do. Are my socks blown off? Even though I'm not wearing socks right now during this review. Pro tip. No, my socks are not blown off with Profumo. And during the unboxing, I did say that, and I still stand to it. It's a very solid build. I appreciate it as a fragrance head. And I feel like you need one of these, like a Bleu de Chanel or this, depending on your taste. You don't need a whole bunch of these, but they're good to have, a Swiss Army knife. But as far as interest goes, or how great it is it worth this huge hype? No. It's not. It's just solid, like a solid 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. But as far as interesting goes, no, it's just a solid scent for a guy that's just looking for a solid scent. This is solid. So that's my first impression on Profumo. Probably not the most popular first impression on this thing, and it is what it is. I beat to my own drum. And I love actually dissecting. I'm starting to like dissecting fragrances that are getting some hype in this recent YouTube fragrance community with different noses here, kind of following those trends. I like to kind of say, I don't know about this. And you know, if it's valid, it's valid. But other than that, I'd love to hear your take on this fragrance. I know a lot of people love this fragrance, and you can put it in the comments below. If you feel the same way as I do. I like this one better. This sounds so much better. Please give your take on the comments below. Much appreciated. Thank you for the support, and have a good one.